Hello you! I would like to tell about my near-death experiences. I have had few in my life. Last was in February this year, so it haven't been so long yet. um, but first of them was when I was about a child. I don't remember all of them very well, but first time when I had this kind of experiences was when I was in fever as a child, and I experienced that it was like my body was laying in the bed, and I felt like I was floating upwards, and I went through the room roof, and I kind of like stopped there, hanging there, and just watched my body in the fever. And as a child, it was very frightening experience. There was some horrible noise in that experience when I started to like rise up. So there was this kind of noise, like I cannot describe it very well, but I had nightmares about that noise many years after, and it felt like I was out of my body, but I had another body. Let's call it energetic body. But anyway, I felt like I was existing, but I wasn't in physical shape. I saw my body underneath me, and I did not have senses, that kind of senses I usually have. And as a child, it was very horrible and odd feeling. And I just hoped that I could go back to my body. I remember quite well the first time that happened. And after that, I have had similar kind of experiences as an adult, but in some different situations. Some of them have been when I made love. And actually this topic is a little shameful because not many people talk about it. So I had to gather courage quite long time. And another thing is that my English is not so perfect, so it's a little difficult for me to speak about these topics, and also because words cannot describe them, and even in foreign language, so it's not easy, but I will try. So I also had that kind of experiences while making love. It was like very meditative state I was in, and in any of these there haven't been any substances or anything. I have been straight head, but I know that some people might experience that kind of things also when they have taken some drugs or something. But these experiences I am talking about, there is no drugs or alcohol or anything included. So when I was making love, first it happened that I started to like I felt like my body was like spaghetti or something very long, and the body parts was not normal. It felt like my head was going far away from my legs, and it felt like I was like transforming into something or something like that. And there was this very powerful fear, like I was in total darkness. And sometimes it have happened that I like start to fall very fast. The most frightening is when I fall like straight to from my head, back head first, because I don't see what's there, and it's very frightening. But sometimes the direction is upwards, sometimes down, sometimes to any direction I might go, and that is quite frightening, because there is total darkness and very fast I go very fast. And after that I usually lose all my senses, like I cannot feel anything anymore, and I feel like I have went away from my body, out of my body, to somewhere very far away. It's like being in cosmos, in space, and the senses go away so that the not so necessary senses go first away, and the last senses are those that are most important to my life, to be alive. So usually when I lose my feeling senses, that is the final point, and it feels like I'm a feather, like when I come back from there, but when I go to the space, it's like rocket going very fast. And at some point, after I have confronted very deep loneliness and very deep fears and everything, after that, at some point it feels like the speed is slowing down, and I feel like I am in my destination, coming there. And usually at that point I have seen very deep light, like it feels like I am totally united to everything, and I have come into home. And when I first experienced these things, I did not know anyone who had experienced similar things. But now, actually yesterday, I started to read this book, Kokemuksia kuolemasta, experiences about death. And that is very interesting, because there is very similar experiences as I have had. So I am not anymore alone with these odd experiences. But also last years I have found other people also who have had this kind of experiences. And usually they are when a person is very near to physical death. But I don't know, was I near to death when I was making love? I'm not sure. There was much pleasure, so maybe my heart was in rough state or something. But anyway, I have experienced these kind of things, when I have been near to death, and also when I don't have any evidence of that I was. So I think that it might happen also another time, not only near death. That is my experience. But when I have arrived to that light, usually there is this question in the air, not like with words. It's more like just telepathically in my head. uh, it's more like visual, but it's very difficult to describe these experiences because it's like another world. There is no senses at all. There is no thoughts. It's like telepathic communication all the time. It's like conscious everywhere. It's like I don't have my own consciousness. It's like everything is united and common. But when I have been in that light, I felt like that is my true home, and I just feel so much I would like to melt into it and be part of it. Just forget who I am. Just non-exist. Like become light. And it's very difficult to think anymore, or I have some kind of thoughts in that state, but it's different. And I think that some of these experiences have also disappeared from my memory. I cannot describe them, I cannot remember them, but these things I am explaining are things how I have figured it out. So it might have changed somehow, I don't know. But then there is this question in the air, like would you like to stay here in this light, or would you like to go back into planet Earth? And that have been very difficult question, because I would like to stay there into that light very much, more than anything else. It is most comforting feeling I have ever had. It is like pure love, pure happiness, calmness, relaxation, united thing. It's like very deep home. I would like to ever again go away, but then I remembered I had this people I love on planet Earth, and I just felt that it's not my time yet to leave, and I felt that I have things to do in my life and in my body and on planet yet. And then I decided I want to go back to my loved ones, and it's more like empathic. I would like to stay, but it was like I felt that I am still needed on planet Earth, and there is still work to do, and there is people who love me so much that they would miss me if I went away. But also it was more easy to decide to go back, because I knew there are people who love me and I can hug them when I go back. So at the exactly same moment when I decided that I want to go back, I started to fall like a feather. I was very light and like very slowly because the going there was very fast like rocket, but becoming back was like a feather, like. And when I went to the space or whatever place that it is, it felt like the most necessary senses was final. I gave up of them last, but when I came back to my body, it felt like the most necessary senses came first to me, and then after that, the not so necessary. It felt like rebirthing, like dying and birthing again. And when I came back to my body, first I felt that I have weight, like I'm not weightless. I'm not just light and hanging there. I have weight and I have body. That was the first feeling, and after that was the feeling that I can sense warmness and coldness. And after that, I sensed that I can feel something in my body, like physically feel, and also feel emotions, because the state in that love, even though I said that it was like pure love and relaxing and like that, but it was not like feelings, emotions. It was differently. It was like well, I cannot describe that, but it was just like if I was some molecule or something like that. I did not have human feelings and emotions, so those came also after the physical feelings. And after that, what was after that? I don't remember so well, but it was I was still eyes closed, but I think I saw something with my eyes anyway, like when it was closed, but I saw the light coming through it. But it was so powerful that I did not dare immediately open my eyes, because it was so bright, the light coming out when I first had my sight again. After that sight, I had hearing experiences. I heard something, and if I remember right, only after that I could like think properly, like normal thoughts, like with words. Before that, it was like only like very fast visual thoughts. But after that, I started to translate those visual like movies and pictures into words. And I think actually I do it all the time. When I think about something, I first see it like a visually, like a picture or a movie. But I have to all the time to translate it into words, and that's why I think there is very much misunderstanding, because we have to translate all the time. I'm not sure does all heads work similarly as mine, but I have to translate all the time, and sometimes it happens that I remember some word incorrect, or I try to describe that feeling in my head or that picture, but I cannot find the right words, and there is a lot of misunderstanding because of that. And also there are not words to any kind of every kind of experiences. So, and first I did not, first when I became back, I did not remember which language do I speak. So I remember that English is universal language, and usually when I came back, I could speak English very well, even though I cannot speak usually very well English. My national language is Finnish, but in those language, after those experiences, I did not remember which country I am from, which language do I speak. I don't remember uh, what are name of things. For example, ant. I did not remember when it moved in my on my leg. I did not remember what is the name of it. I even forgot my own name. So it's truly like rebirth, and my all senses was very sensitive at first. Like some gentle touch was so powerful that it felt like pain, because I was so sensitive. But it happens very fast that I become normal again, and kind of get used to the senses and feelings and everything, and start to remember the name of things and everything. But that have happened to me quite many times, some kind of rebirth and some kind of death experience. But the last one, when I was in hospital in surgery, stomach surgery, and in what is that? I was in total sleep with medicine. That was the most powerful experience I have had, because it lasted 1 week after that. The total like peaceful state of mind and very calm and conscious state. I felt very much love, consciousness, happiness, and calmness, but I did not fear at all any shame, any fears. I fear of death, some kind, it just went away of me after that, and it haven't returned very strongly. I sense some kind of fear of death some days, but not at all like before. It's just like old friend. It just feel that there is nothing to worry about it, and it's so difficult to explain. But after that experience, many things have changed in my life. I felt very deep emotional forgiveness of some person who have hurt me very deeply, and also I haven't had so much fears. For example, in this video, even though I know my English is not perfect, and I know that some people might dislike me or anything, I still want to talk about these topics. And after that last experience, I have had courage to do whatever I want to do truly in life, and I have did my dreams. I have lived more fully, and mostly life feels like playing. I feel like playing child, and I feel like I am safe and free and loved. every time I have had those deep experiences, it have changed my life quite much, and those have taught me unconditional love quite much. But I feel that I'm still learning, and I will learn all my life. I have accepted myself much better after those. And the most effective thing have always been that death is much more similar to me, like a friend, and I don't fear it anymore so much. It's like, because I feel like I have died. I have been there, even though I cannot know is physical death similar of those, but still it feels like it's something to wait for. It's something very cozy and very calmful, and it's quite interesting that when I talked about this experience to my grandfather, he said that he also had that kind of becoming light experience when he was in surgery, because a bullet had gone through his chest, just nearby heart, and he almost died to that. And he said that he felt pure lightness and love then, and I felt very deep connection to him. And I feel that pure love and light is in all of us and in everywhere. It's our origin. But well, if you have something on your mind, if you want to ask something or or like that, feel free, because I don't know now what could I tell more. There is so much to speak about, but it's quite difficult for me to speak in English. But I would like to write a book about my experiences, because it's much more easy for me to write down than speak. But everything good to your life, and yeah, bye bye.